So apparently both Devon and Brian Shaw have been lying about how tall they actually are.
Wait. How is this possible?
I don't know.
I feel like you got his measurement wrong. Go back to
Hello arm wrestling fans, in this video we will discuss some interesting conversations from both of the videos uploaded on Brian Shaw's channels. The first one is the Dexa Scan video and the second one is the interview which these two did together. So Devon is surprisingly taller than we all thought. He's 6'6". The result surprised Devon himself. Even he didn't knew that he's 6'6" and not 6'5". So when WL was introducing Devon as 6'6" Canadian arm wrestler, maybe they weren't lying. Or maybe Alex Kurdecha wasn't lying when he said that Devon grew an inch taller since the last time he met him. At that time, some fans were saying that since Devon started using HGH for maybe the Michael Todd match or definitely the first Levan Saginashvili match, that's why he started growing again. His hand size was bigger, his wrist was thicker, even his elbow to fingertip length increased. And people were guessing that all of this is because of HGH usage. And that's why Alex Kurdecha was surprised that this is not the same Devon from 2018. He was basically the same size as Alex when they met for the second time. Another surprise, Brian Shaw is only 6'6.5". What happened to 6'8"? Brian didn't believe that Devon is almost as tall as him, so he asked him to stand together to measure their height. And yeah, the gap isn't that big, definitely less than 1 inch. People often lie about their heights, especially arm wrestlers. Michael Todd is not 6'3", Vitaly is not 6'8", Alex Kurdecha is definitely not 6'7". So basically whatever an arm wrestler tells you, you subtract an inch from that to get the actual height. Except for Devon Larratt, he's 1 inch taller. Devon is weighing 293 pounds with 18% body fat. My guess was around 20, but 18 is still pretty lean. Devon believes that if he did this Dexa scan before he met Brian Shaw, before he got massive, the results would have been completely different. So at that time, maybe Devon was like 14% or even 13% body weight when he was around 255 pounds. Brian Shaw is at 373 at an amazing 15% body fat. I think he may be the only guy in this world who is below 15% in body fat and nearly 400 pounds. There were some other interesting results too, like bone density, visceral fat percentage. Please check that video out. Now let's discuss the interview. Devon and Brian discussed Levan Saginashvili's 180 kg bicep lift. Brian seemed to be interested in Levan's lift and Devon's opinion on that lift. He wants to try something similar to that, adaptable to his own equipment that he has and his own style of training for arm wrestling. Devon gave Brian the answer that he wasn't expecting. I think that Brian was expecting Devon to say that it does not have a big carryover to arm wrestling. But Devon said it has a massive carryover to arm wrestling when done by an experienced arm wrestler. And that's why immediately Brian's follow-up question was, then why don't you do that? You are as much experienced as Levan, if not more. And Devon's answer was, I have even better lifts, even more specific lifts like the pronator lift, the riser lift. These are the things that he would rather do than do a regular bicep curl. We already know that Brian Shaw was learning from Levan Saginashvili when these two were together. That's when Brian started working out before his arm wrestling training sessions so that he gets fatigued and has to work more on his technique because his training partners are weaker than him. Brian just thinks that Levan Saginashvili's training style suits better for him than, for example, Devon Larratt's training style. I would love to see Brian Shaw try this lift. Can he do 180 kilos? I doubt that. Mention your thoughts in the comment section, like the video, and I'll see you again.